Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I've got some thrift clips. So let's get thrifting. For project one, I have this box that I found at the Goodwill bins. The top is coming apart. Well, the little piece that's wrapped around it's like a little aluminum piece that's wrapped around it is coming off. I'm going to first start by removing all the hardware before we start getting this painted. Now I am going to give this 3 coats of paint, and I'm using DIY's paint in the color Farm Fresh. I have a stockist of the IOD transfers and molds, all the IOD products, and the DIY paints local to me. So I want to give these a try. One of the things, well, there's a few things that I like about the DIY paint. One, the color is very pretty, it's very quality, and it gives a good coverage. Two, I like that I can use my heat gun, and you'll see me in just a minute dry this up, and just how fast it dries with the heat gun. It is just really cool to me. And then also with DIY paint, since it is a clay-based paint, you can wet distress. And I do love when you can wet distress because all that sanding does drives me crazy. But here I am giving the bottom part, that was the lid before, giving the bottom also 2 coats of that Farm Fresh. Now, once I've got my 2 coats completely on the lid and the bottom, I'm going to take some transfers, these some real pretty florals from the IOD Saint Germain transfer book. And I'm only going to show me putting it on the front, but I did put transfers on the front, back, and both sides. If you have never applied a transfer before, they come in little books, and you're going to pull out which one you want. You can cut the transfers down to only put what you want onto your piece. And they come with a white backing. You just remove that, place the transfer down on your item, and then it comes with this little plastic stick that I'm using here. And you simply rub the transfer down on your project. And what I do is, as I'm rubbing, I pick one corner and I just start pulling it up. And if I notice a piece doesn't stick, I will simply put the piece back down and just rub over it again, and it will stick. Now, I will say on this box, for some reason, it was giving me a harder time than usual, but we did get it down and it looks great. Once you get your transfer on there, you do want to take your clear uh, topping that goes over the transfer. I'm sorry. You're going to rub that over your transfer to just varnish it so to make sure it is stuck down. Now that I've got it on there, I did take my little Cricut tool and put it through the crack just to make sure that it would be able to open. I didn't film it, but I did add back the hardware, and I'm going in with Dixie Bell's Best Dang Wax and the clear to seal this. Because anytime you use an IOD transfer, you do want to seal it. Also with your DIY DIY paint. Sorry, it's clay based, so it can reactivate water. So you do want to make sure you seal those in. And here's how this cute little box turned out. I'm not sure what these boxes used for. You guys let me know down in the comments if you know. Now for project 2, I have this little bench. It has seen better days for sure. I do believe it's a plant stand, and I think these are sold at Hobby Lobby. I want to say I've seen them there before, but I found mine at the bins. It's very lightweight, so I probably didn't pay but $1 for it. I'm gonna go in and give it like a messy coat of Waverly chalk paint in the color moss. This is a very springy color. I do plan on using this bench outside on my covered front porch. So like I said, this is just going to be one messy coat. I don't care if it gives full coverage. Once that paint was dry on the bench, I'm coming in with Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. And I'm doing a little more than a dry brush. I'm just simply going over it. That green and the wood tone are going to show through, and that's exactly what I want. I'm kind of going for a look to look like this thing has been painted many times over many years. I didn't show it, but I did take this piece outside and seal it with some clear matte. But she is so cute, and I can't wait to put my plants this spring on it outside on the front porch. Let me know what you think. Now for project 3, this is going to be a very quick project. I got this spraying at the regular Goodwill for $2.99. It has like this little saying with a little cottage house in it. I'm just going to take that apart, and I'm going to take that matting that comes with it, and I've got this piece of gingham fabric, and I'm just going to cover that matting using my heat gun. I'm sorry, that's using my hot glue gun. Now on the back of the little print that came in it, I have got some IOB transfers of these birds from the Brocant book, and I'm simply just going to put them on the back of the print since it's already the size of my frame. And I've cut it down. This transfer is longer, but I cut it down to fit in the size of between the matting that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to get that applied the same way I did in the first project. And then I'm just going to put it all back in the frame, and here's how it turned out. I did want to paint the frame, but my daughter came in and was like, no, it looks pretty just the way it is. So I decided not to paint it. You guys let me know what you think. Well, that's all the projects I have for today. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me which one was your favorite. And I appreciate you so much for taking the time and watching my video. If you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help my channel grow. And I'll see you next time. Bye.